All right, RV enthusiasts, let's talk about a huge missed opportunity. We've all seen those pristine RVs sitting in driveways, gathering dust, waiting for their next adventure. But let's be real, most of them aren't getting the love they deserve. Did you know that the average RV owner only uses their RV for around 20 days a year? That's it, 20 measly days. Now I get it. Life is hectic, life gets busy, and sometimes it can seem overwhelming to plan a whole RV vacation. Here's what the RV Industry Association reported. While the median annual average usage for current RV owners remains steady at 20 days, people intending to buy an RV plan to use their RV a median of 25 days per year. Now, this increase is indicative of the changing attitude towards remote work and the ability for people to be able to work from destination more frequently than traditional vacation days afforded in the past. Now, it's interesting that people are only planning on just 25 days. So in our case, over 2024, and it's November now, so it's not over yet. But right now, we've gone 10 trips, 10 official trips where I went and got the RV and decided to go on an outing. One of the reasons I'm able to achieve 72 days of travel is because I can work from the RV. I can put my Starlink out and just work from my laptop. And it's harder than you think. Actually, traveling while working takes a lot of extra energy. It's quite exhausting, in fact, so I almost need a vacation when I'm done. It's why I always plan to do the work part in the first part of my vacation, and then I take full vacation week usually towards the second part. Now, some of those trips were just an overnight trip, so it was just a couple of days. Some of those trips were a couple of weeks, and when they were longer, yes, I often worked usually Tuesday through Thursday on the first couple of weeks of that trip. That way I didn't use up all my vacation time, and it allowed my wife to really just have some relaxing time where we weren't doing anything for a couple of days. But 20, 25 days, this still is not a lot. I feel guilty that we only use 20% of the year for our RV. This is far less. And there can be a mismatch of expectations. What newcomers and new RV owners think is going to happen when they go out and RVing often is a little different in the actual outcome of what their RV experience is like. Nearly a third of the respondents in the study, 31%, are first-time owners. This underscores the growth of the industry in the past decade. Ownership is spread widely, not only across age levels, but across genders, as well as household income and education. Yes, everyone RVs now. When I started RVing 25 years ago, we were pretty young, and we definitely felt like we stood out in a lot of the RV parks. Everyone seemed to be a retiree, and we were the only young folks hanging out in our RV. Nowadays, when I get to these RV parks, especially the outdoor ones, I see lots of people younger than me. I know part of that's I'm older, but still, the average age has definitely gone down for RV users. Now, I know what you're thinking. I don't have the money and the time for a new trip. Let me tell you, you really don't need a cross-country road trip to make use of your RV. A weekend getaway to a nearby lake or a forest can really be rejuvenating. Here's a quick look at the trips that we did in 2024. In January, I took the RV out to try to go off-roading in the mud at Stave Lake, which was a very stupid idea, although it did allow me to get some experience of what it's like to be stuck in the mud in a somewhat controlled environment. Then we did a 4-day trip out to Porto Cove, which is between Whistler and Vancouver. When March came along, I usually like to go out for my birthday, and we went out for a weekend just to really shake down the whole rig. We went to Thurston Meadows, which is one of the closest places you could camp to my house. We went for 3 days. It was off-grid, so we were able to use all the solar and the generator. We were able to try out our Starlink for the first time. It was the shakedown trip for 2024. Then we went to Headley and Princeton. Again, not too far. We went for 5 days. You can get there in just a few hours from my house. We went for basically an overnight stay to a very close location. We went to the Abbotsford Tulip Festival, which again, is very close to our house. We weren't spending a lot of money on gas for these trips, but it did allow us to sleep overnight in the RV and get a very early start so we could be the first ones at the Tulip Festival when it opened. That really helped with our videography and overall enjoyment of having the place to ourselves. And in May and June, we went on a 9-day trip. I decided to really start going on some longer ones. This is where we started working on the road. We went to Nakusp, to the Nakusp Hot Springs, to a few other locations, and Castlegar. Then in July, we went again out to that same general area, but this time we went to Cherryville and Caledon. Cherryville is on the way to Nakusp. We drove through it last time. And Caledon is an old original town that's along the Okanagan Valley. Then in August, we went on our gold prospecting adventure to Yale, Lillooet, and then to Pemberton. We went on a great drive on the Highline Road, which was really scary. That was a 10-day trip. Again, I worked for a few days on that trip. At the end of August and the beginning of September, just like last year, we went to the Alberta Outdoor Adventure Expo. We went for 11 days. We went to see a bunch of our friends who also own the Ember trailer, and we checked out other areas of the eastern slope of the Rockies. And most recently, we went down to Oregon and Washington. It was starting to get cold up here, and we thought heading south would get us a few degrees warmer temperatures, and indeed it did. So there you go, 10 trips. An RV is many things. It's a mobile home, it's a ticket to freedom, and it's a gateway to countless adventures. So why are we letting these amazing machines sit idle? We're missing out on breathtaking sunsets, cozy campfires, and the thrill of finding new places. It's time we break free from the ordinary and embrace the extraordinary. Remember, every day you spend in an RV is a day well spent. So let's get out there, explore, make the most of your RV adventures, and get busy living. Now, just for the heck of it, I put together a quick montage of those 10 trips with labels, so check it out, and I'll have little links appear in the montage while you're watching it. So if you want to click on any of the links to watch one of those videos of one of those camping trips, feel free to click those, check them out. Thanks everyone, cue the montage.
RVing with Joe, all full of glee. Hit the open road, wild and free. With furry friends by their side they roam, seeking adventures far from home. Wanderlust and tail wags, a perfect pair. Exploring cities, countryside and air. Taste of local flavors and sweet delights. Dog parks and trails, born into night. From coast to coast, they journey on, beneath the sun, till the day is gone. Historic towns and bustling cities bright, nature's beauty, a wondrous sight. Wanderlust and tail wags, a perfect pair. Exploring cities, countryside and air. Taste of local flavors and sweet delights. Dog parks and trails, born into night. Puppy paws on pavement, sandy shores, fetching sticks and so much more. Dog treats and campfires, blankets share. Memories made, forever care. Wanderlust and tail wags, a perfect pair. Exploring cities, countryside and air. Taste of local flavors and sweet delights. Dog parks and trails, born into night. Poppy paws on pavement, sandy shores, fetching sticks and so much more. Dog treats and campfires, blankets share. Memories made, forever care. Wanderlust and tail wags, a perfect pair. Exploring cities, countryside and air. Taste of local flavors and sweet delights. Dog parks and trails, born into night.